How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Zrece2k24. And we're going to start with a description from the mod hub, and it reads, Welcome to Zrece. The map is based off the real town of Zrece, which is located in Zrece2k in Slovenia. This map features hills to simulate the reality of the Slovenian landscape. On this map, you'll have special store and a lot of different points of sale. There is a lot of forest area for forestry work, a main street that runs through the city. There are also many other smaller roads that lead to more difficult to access meadows and fields. On the map, you will find small, medium, and things like about 60 new building models, 83 fields, added new trees and foliage textures, new ground paint textures, 9 playable farms and 3 separate stables, 2 sawmills, biogas, vineyard area and production, manure system support, many of different production factories, animal dealer, lime station and quarry, possibility to fill water from the ponds and rivers, 1 gas station, own new buildings. There are mods required for this map, starting with the metal fence pack by Cayman, placeable power lines by Top Ace 888, Biomass Power Plant by Vertex Design, Small Composite Hall by Agrar Modding, Big Storage Hall by Agrar Modding, Bunker Silo with Roof by Agrar Modding, Small Modular Bunker Silo Pack by Agrar Modding, Old Wood Sheds by Maxter Feach GSI Flash, Agricultural Hall by User 555, Farmer's Market by Bernie CS, and Deco Chapel by Moose Agrar. This map was created by Wolfax Modding and is 414.93 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here in the kind of eastern portion of the map at our main starting farm. We start out by owning farmlands number 2 and 7, 2 being our main starting farm, and 7 being a wheat field that is ready to harvest. Field prices around the map do vary, and for the most part, most of the fields around here are relatively small. So they're going to reflect a smaller price. This one here, 35,000. This one over here, we got 59,000. Let's see, 17,000. And I kind of have to click in and out because some of the forestry areas here look like just larger fields. So they kind of, when you're in this mode, it kind of blends in. Let's see, you got 17,000. We've got 24,000. Let's see, this one is a forestry area. Well, you know what? Let's take a look at some forestry. 114,000. We've got a grass area here for 35. Another forestry area for 127. So you can see just how pretty cheap a lot of this area is. 242,000 for this forestry chunk. 265,000. I mean, you're not looking to break the bank. The unfortunate part is that you start out with a very small field here on field 65, and it's going to take you a while to build up the resources necessary to be able to start affording even these smaller priced fields to be able to move on. So it's one of those that it's going to be a struggle to build up. Let's see, if we scroll down here, we do start with animals. We have a cow barn right on our main starting farm. Contracts are available on this map. No production chains to start out with, and there are no collectibles on this map. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, under the buy menu, there are no mods specific to this map, but under the build menu, if we look under buildings and sheds, no, sorry, not sheds, there's nothing under sheds, but under silos. We scroll all the way to the right, ignoring a lot of these because these are the mods required for this map, but right here, the Zrece2k24 mod there at the bottom right hand corner, that one there is a mod specific to this map. There is nothing under silo extensions, containers, tools, but under farmhouses you will see a couple here with the Zrece2k24 mod specific to this map. Under the productions, there is nothing under factories, but under selling points, you have one right here. There's nothing under greenhouses, orchards, or generators. Under animals, there is nothing under this tab whatsoever. Same thing with decorations, and same thing with landscaping. So because we start here at the starting farm, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. Under the buy menu, under owned items, small tractors, we have a Valtra A110 High Tech, as well as a Zador Proxima HS80. Under harvesters, we have the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H. Mowers, we have the AB CC66. Under trailers, we have the Welger DK115. the header for the Deutzfahr. Under plows, we have a Pottinger Servo 25, stators a Nordstein HK25 NS3030, manure spreaders a FarmTech Variofex 750. Under mowers, a Sepnusel F240. Tedder the Pottinger Alpin Hit 4.4H. Windrowers, a Pottinger Top 342. Under forage wagons, a Pottinger Boss Alpine 251. Balers, the Massey Ferguson 1840. Under forestry equipment, we have the Anderson M160. Animals, we have the K-brand RA142 forage mixer. Under front loaders, we have the Quickie Q3M. Under front loader tools, we have the Albut pallet fork as well as the universal bucket. Header trailers, we have the Deutzfahr header trailer. And lastly, under weights, we have the 10-winkle FGB 600. And that is it. So let's go ahead and make our way around our starting farm. Starting right over here, first we have a manure heap that is attached to our kind of a little hybrid building here. We have a hay loft and we have a cow barn all in the same building. Room for 90 cows. So your hay loft input is here. Our input for feed and I believe for straw as well is here. Output for your loft is right here. And milk trigger is right here. And then down and around, we have the output for our slurry. Let's see, over here, we open the door, we have our sleep trigger right in here. And I believe, I made a note here and I don't remember what it's referring to. Oh, some reason I didn't separate out. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, I'm reading my notes completely wrong. All right, let's go ahead and grab the tractors. Now, why am I backwards? Here we go. We'll go ahead and grab the Valtra here. And let's go ahead and take off from here. Now, this map is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to go down this little 2-track leading away from the farm, and holy smokes, the landscape is just absolutely nuts. This is just a small taste of what is to come here on this tour. This little 2-track is, I think this is actually very cool. Nice little way to travel, cut through the forest, but I mean, this is just the start. This is just the start. So prepare yourselves. We've got a lot to go over. This is probably one of the most complicated road networks that I've ever been on. So it's going to be one of those. It's going to be very hard to learn the layout, and I'm really kind of stressed out about whether or not I'm actually going to remember all the directions I need to go in to make sure that I get to all the farms, all the buildings, and all the sell points and everything. Like I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to get turned around and start. I mean, I already started by misreading my notes, thinking that I had to look at another place there on the starting farm, but that's all right. We're gonna do our best to make our way through the rest of this map without getting too turned around. But we just continue to follow this road all the way out. This will eventually link up to another road where we're going to want to eventually make a right. And then again, we're going to start going down the mountainside. What I love about this map is that rock that was right there in the middle of the road, just a little landslide. Just a little detail. This map has tons and tons of details all around this map. If you just take a look around, it's so much stuff's going on. And you're going to see another, actually kind of a really nice detail coming up here in just a few moments, because I just thought it was really kind of cool. I think it's right around this corner here. So you got this kind of mountainside here and a complete landslide. right there in the middle of the road. You have to go around it in order to continue around this path. Now, the only bad thing is that there's no way to remove it as far as I'm aware. But, I mean, it's not a huge deal at the end of the day. This is just kind of a track, a lane to be able to get from one point to the next. So I thought that was kind of a cool little detail. And again, it's those small little details that really help make a map. So as we continue to ascend the mountain, we're just going to keep on running up this switchback and just keep going back and forth as we try and get higher and higher. And unfortunately, the Valtra is not the most powerful machine in the world here, so we are going to slow down quite a bit in some areas. Again, I'm going to head up the hill here. Now, I will say that there is going to need to be an update of some kind, I do believe, and I will show that off here later on, but the update itself I don't think is going to be like the most devastating thing in the world. There is a workaround for it, so it's not like it's going to prevent you from actually playing the map as far as I can tell. And I don't think it would be a update that would require a new save game either. I could be wrong about that, so don't take my word for that one. But again, it's such a minor thing that I personally wouldn't let me deter. It wouldn't deter me, this potential update. So we're gonna continue to head around here. And here we're gonna make a right to this second farm on this map. So let's take a look at the map. We were here at the main starting farm. We came out to the main road and then up this little switchback trail, up and around, and continued around, up and around to this area right here. Farmland number 201 for 146,208. We can purchase this, and we now have access to the second farm. Now, starting over here, we have the sawmill here on this farm. Just a normal sawmill. We got input right here with a wood saw trigger, and output for wood chips is back here. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly where the output is for the planks that would come from this sawmill. I don't see any kind of checkered marks or anything like that. Possibly out here, possibly underneath the awning there. I'm not 100% sure. Now, there is a gate here. Is it? No, that doesn't appear to be it. So, anyways, cow barn right over here. Room for 80 cows, and it's also another hayloft. As you can see, our input for the hayloft is here. Milk trigger is here. Feed is here, as well as likely straw. We have our output for our slurry, and output for our hayloft as well. And around the corner, right over here, sleep trigger, right over there. So now jump back into our tractor. And now we're going to head over here. And this is the part of the notes that I got confused about. Thinking that was at farm number 2 when I was really in farm number 1. I was just misreading the placement of my notes. Directly in front of me is kind of the secondary purchase for farm number 2. Again, we were over here. We just scooted down the road right to here, 203 for 55,920. Go ahead and do that. And now we have access to a sheep barn as well as another hayloft. We have room for 65 sheep. Hayloft input is right here. We have our output here, and input for our sheep is right here. Now, again, I'm not quite sure where the wool's going to spawn because I'm not seeing hash marks or hazard marks anywhere. So I'm not 100% certain about that. It's just going to be one of those that you're going to have to do kind of a trial and error and see. Oh, wait. Hey, there it is. Look around a little bit further and you'll find it. It's right there. Cool. So that's where the wool's going to spawn. So now we're going to make a left. And head down the road a little ways. Passing by the sleep trigger right there for the second farm. And then start heading in this direction. Coming around here. As we continue down the road, we're going to be coming up to our next point of interest. Now, just like farm number 2 where I had the sheep barn that was kind of separate from the rest of the farm, this is going to be something that's separate from farm number 3. This is a pig barn. We'll go ahead and take a look at the map. We were here where the sheep barn is, came up and around over to this area here. Farmland number 192 can be purchased for $79,936. And you can see pig barn is now available to us. Manure heap right here, room for 40 pigs, input for feed, and output for slurry right there. I'll head just down the road just a little bit further. And we'll go ahead and pull onto the side here. Take a look at the map. Right across the street is the main portion of farm number 3, farmland number 191 for $174,048. Go ahead and purchase that. And, whoops. We got all of our triggers coming up. A sleep trigger is right here. Over here is a chicken barn. Room for 100 chickens. Feed input here. We have a cow barn as well. We have room for 50 cows. Milk trigger here. I believe that this is the output for the egg storage, or egg for the chicken barn. I'm guessing that that's the case. It's the only hazard mark that would make sense for a cow barn. Right here is the slurry output. In here, input for feed and straw. And I think that was everything. Manure heap over in the corner over here. Yeah, that is everything here. So let's go ahead and jump back into our tractor. We're going to follow this down and around. Up here, we'll make a left. We're going to follow this just a little ways down the road. Here we're going to follow this little 2-track down and around. Make a right here. And as we continue up the hill here, we're going to go past these sets of houses right here. Make a right. Cool little ski lodge right here. I thought this was a really cool detail right here. You got the ski lift right here. I just think that's really cool. Just again, just details. Those small little things that make a map really come alive. And this map has it. Now up here at the top of the hill, we have a cow pasture. If we stop right here, take a look at the map. We were here at farm number 3, I believe. Yes. No. Farm number 3. Yes. We then came up and around, down, over to here, up, and over to farmland number 169 for $40,336. You can purchase this. And now we have the cow pasture. Room for 50 cows. Feed here, water here, milk right behind me over there. And we'll head out of here. Gonna head back down the hill from where we came. Just gonna backtrack just a little ways until we get to this area right over here. We're gonna follow this off to the right. And again, another right. Oops. As we continue to follow this road, we can see in the distance there the next farm coming into view. This is going to be farm number 4. We'll get right to this area right here. We'll come to a stop. So we were up here at the cow pasture, came down, followed the road all the way down here to farmland number 152. For $54,096 you can purchase this, and it has a pig barn here on the farm. Slurry output here. Room for 108 pigs, and feed goes in there as well as straw. And let's see. Now I think, I'm not sure though, this may be a manure heap, but I'm not certain about that. So now, you need to make a left and follow this out to the next point of interest. We just need to follow this road all the way down the mountainside. Again, going down the switchback. And coming up here is our next point of interest. You can see it at the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Just follow this. Back around here. And coming into view is the biogas plant. We'll go ahead and pull up to the front gate. Right over here. We'll get inside and we'll go ahead and stop. Take a look at the map. We were here at farm number 4 with the pigs. Came down and around over to this area here. Farmland number 218 can be purchased for $272,640. Go ahead and do that. And now all the icons appear. Solid, I believe this is solid input here, liquid input here. We got liquid output, aka digestate, right over here. Few bunker silos right over there. And this is a standard biogas plant. Doesn't take any crazy inputs or anything like that, and produces the standard outputs. So now we need to backtrack without running into cars. Need to make our way all the way back to farm number 4 where the pigs were, and then we're going to start heading south. So as we make our way around, we're getting into these kind of areas here where there's a lot of driving. And I'm going to go ahead and start talking about some of the things that I really like about this map. Number one, the terrain. I think the terrain is absolutely amazing. This is going to be a map that's really going to kind of strive towards small to medium-sized vehicles and equipment. But, I mean, I think that it's perfect for it. I think that the fields don't really get much bigger than what we've been seeing. There's not a huge amount of massive fields or anything like that. So it's going to be one of those where medium-sized equipment is going to be perfectly fine. There are oftentimes those maps where you can tell they're made for small to medium-sized equipment, but the problem is that they have one or two fields where it's overly large for said equipment, and it really doesn't do a good job with being able to balance out the need to have small and medium equipment while also having fields that are just way too big for said equipment. This one does a really good job and is always kind of moderated towards that kind of category of vehicle. So here we are at the next farm. This is farm number 5. Go ahead and take a look at the map. We were here at the biogas plant. Come up and around over to this area here. Farmland number 134 for $94,128. Purchase that. And now we have our farm. Go in here. We got a sleep trigger right here. Go in the door. There we go. Behind me, we have a cow barn and hay loft. So we have the input for the hay loft. We have an output for the slurry, I do believe. Output for the manure as well. So there's a manure heap. Input for feed and cows. We can have 65 of them. Now, also, because you have the input for the hay loft here, output is here. And I believe this is milk. So yeah, this is output for the hayloft. This is output for milk. So let's go ahead and head down here. I don't think... Nope, that's everything here. Let's go ahead and hop back into the tractor. I'm going to follow this around to the right. Continue out to the southwest portion of the map. All right. Now coming up here to my right, this building here with the wood cell trigger right in front of me is the carpentry. So this is the input for the carpentry with the wood cell trigger. And we'll stop right here. Everything else is located inside the building. Open this up, output right here, and you can purchase it for $60,000. Now across the way over here we have the sawmill. Can purchase this for $100,000. Similar to the other building, you can walk inside. It's got a little bit of storage. Around the back side we have input for wood cell trigger, output for wood chips, but again, similar to some of the other ones, I can't find where the pallets are going to spawn. Maybe it's under the awning over here, might be inside of the building over here somewhere, but it just isn't clearly marked as to where that's going to be. So again, not 100% certain about this one. So let's go ahead, head out of here. We're going to backtrack up to town over here. We're going to follow this up and around. And now, continue to cut through town over here. Easy, easy. Just trying to get in front of him. There we go. Oh, wait. I'm going the wrong way. Get turned around. Here we go. Wanted to make a left here. Now the rights. Here we go. This is better. This is looking more familiar. Now coming up here, we have another point of interest. Here to my right is a sheep pasture. We'll stop here. So we were here at farm number 5. We then came down to the carpentry and sawmill, came back up and around, over, down and around to farmland number 71 for $93,312. Can purchase this, and now the triggers pop up. Room for 65 sheep, input here, output over here. As we continue down the road, we'll get our next point of interest. Comes up right over the fence rail here. And we're going to stop right here instead of going directly to it. So we were here at the sheep barn, just pulled down the road over here. Farmland number 60 can be purchased for $291,936. We'll do that. And we get some storage and a cow barn, but this is more of a traditional barn. We have room for 130. Slurry here. Open. Too heavy. Oh. Input feed here. Straw back there. Milk over here. And this is a bulk silo. This is also known as silo for bulk. We look here, we can basically use these as regular silos, but we can also purchase product as well. So you have wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, and that is everything. So you got an input and output right here. So you should be able to use it just as a regular silo, but being able to purchase and subsidize your own storage as needed. Oh, I'm up on top of the hill. That's right. Oh, let me out. There we go. So now we follow this down. As we continue to head down the road, coming up to our next point of interest, you can see just opening up here is the gas station. Nice little buy point for your diesel there. Heading down the road even further, coming up here to my right is the grain mill. We'll stop here. You can purchase the grain mill for $96,000. Input here and output over here. All right, now, whoop. All right, so here to my left, that sell point there is the Tuss sell point. To my right, this is the restaurant sell point. We'll come around over here. We follow this to our next point of interest, going down this extremely steep hill. Make a left and follow this. Down and around over to here. And over here is the lime production. So we can purchase this for $5,000, and we will go ahead and do so. And you can see you take your stones and turn them into lime, and you get a 1-to-3 ratio. Very nice. input here, and output, I presume, is going to be from over here. So now we'll head back out. We need to head down the road in amongst all these houses. We're just going to kind of pass on by and cut through. Oops. No, I did need to follow it to the left. Okay, I'm all sorts of confused. Okay, so follow it here. Now, to my left, that is the, where was it? The farmer's market sell point. And here we'll make a right. And then just down the road is our next point of interest. Right over here is the oil mill. We'll stop there. Output, input, and can be purchased for $80,000. So now we need to follow this around. Oops. Going up the hill. Gotta struggle up some of these hills. Some of these hills are really steep. Now here we'll make a left. Oops. Follow this over here, making a right. And then another right. Stop right here at the shop and repair triggers. Shop trigger is inside here. Oh, get stuck pretty easy in here. Repair trigger is right here. And this is the part where I was mentioning earlier about potentially needing an update. So normally I go in my spiel about the animal dealer and all that. Unfortunately, I can't find how to access the animal dealer. I've been around the bin here, around this icon. I don't see anything that tells me where I can click on the animal dialog box. So I have no idea what can be done about that other than buying your animals directly from your pens and pastures. That's really all you can do. You can't purchase them here, which means that you are likely not going to be able to buy them from a trailer or anything like that. So you're going to have to deal with a delivery fee, unfortunately. So one of those that I think that's something that's just going to need to be updated, but it's not enough for me to be able to sit there and say, oh, well, this map's broken, beyond repair, it needs to be fixed up for, or not beyond repair, but beyond playability. That's a very small issue with the map if you can't access the animal dealer, because you can access all of the triggers at the pens and pastures, so it's not a huge deal. Here we have the bakery. It can be bought for $50,000, and around the backside we have the input here, and I presume the output is here. I can't open the garage back here, so that's not like it's hiding in there. And I don't see any markers that would indicate like an actual drop-off zone. So it's one of those that, again, gonna be a mystery. Now, tucked around over here, we're gonna follow this out and around. Eventually, we're going to make our way right over to there. That is the next farm that's available to us. That's going to be farm number 7. Now, I know that the description said there were 9 farms in total. I can only find 7, and that's including the starting farm. So I have no idea what they're talking about in regards to 9 farms. I've looked around. It almost took me about like 2 hours to take all the notes I needed for this particular map, and I couldn't find nothing. Couldn't find a thing for there being a 8th and 9th farm. So here we are. Let's take a look at the map. So we're here at, I believe this is farm number 4 or 5. I can't remember. We then, let's see, which way did we go? We came back to the, or no, I'm sorry. We looked at it from here. We ran over and came back here. We then went past the gas station. We saw the grain mill. We then came over and saw the Tuss sell point, the restaurant sell point, came up and around to the lime production area here. We then came down the road here, over past the farmer's market, and then saw the oil mill right here. Then came up and around back over here where we saw the shop trigger, repair trigger, and animal dealer. We then drove by the bakery. We then came up and around over to this area here. Farmland number 53 can be purchased for $103,056. Go ahead and do so. And now we have access to a farm, and specifically a horse farm. We have room, if I could open the there we go, 12 horses. Feed goes in front. And around the back over here, we have another bulk silo. So again, you can use this normal silo, but you can also purchase your items as well. We got bob and weave a lot of cars here apparently. So we're continuing to head out. We've got a few more areas of interest. And it looks like we might actually get through this map tour without getting lost severely. So that's some good news. This way. Following this around to right over here, we have the grape processing unit. Can be purchased for $80,000. Input here and output here. Here we'll make a left. Following this around. Coming up here to my right is the livestock market sell point. Continuing down the road. Here to my left is the next point of interest. We'll go ahead and stop here. Take a look at the map. We were here at the horse farm. We then came down and around over to the grape processing unit. Down and over and saw the livestock market, and now we're here farmland number 30 for $28,480. Can purchase this, and now we have access to a cow barn. We have our, I believe this is our output for manure, question mark. We have an output for slurry. I believe this is the output for milk. We have a room for 30 cows, and feed goes in here as well as straw. And that's that. Let's go ahead and continue down the road. Bunker silo off to my right as well. Continuing to make our way around the cars. Because unfortunately, due to these narrow lanes, there are still cars that come in either direction. So it's one of those, if you're dealing with traffic, it does get a bit complicated every once in a while. Over here, we have the dairy. Can be purchased for $70,000. Input is right here. But again, similar to others, I don't know where the output is. I've looked around. I can't find any hazard markers. I just no idea. And now heading up here to the final point of interest on the map. Just around the back over here. This is the Masuro sell point. And that's it. That is everything here on Zrece2k24. Zrece2k24. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. Oh, wait. This is another farm. Oh, wow. This is why I didn't purchase this one, was because it's huge. All right, farmland number 11 for 227,360. This will be farm number, which one is this one? This is number 8. Huh. Okay, well, that's fine. We have a cow barn here. We're going to do this in real time. 120 cows can fit in here. Open this. Feed goes in here. Looks like potentially our slurry output's supposed to be right here. Let's see. Let's hop to the other side. We got... maybe that's manure output right there, potentially. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got a sleep trigger, looks like, right over here. Milk triggers right there. Yep. Bunker silos here. And then over here, another bulk silo right there. So yeah, that now appears to be everything, I do believe. Yeah, that is everything. So, now it's time to render my opinion. Let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I love this map. I love it. Not even going to bury the lead. I love it. 5 out of 5 all day and night. Here's why. Color palette, phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It's very much toned down. It's very much just has that real nice like tinge of real to it. So it just feels really nice. The terrain is amazing. The amount of undulations, the amount of road travel that you do on this map is ridiculous. It really makes it feel like you are just taking forever to get places. One, because your engine bogs down because you're dealing with small vehicles. It bogs down so you're not going top speed. On top of that, it's just windy, twisty, going all over the place. And it just makes it feel like it's taking forever. It makes the map feel huge. It's highly detailed. It's got tons of stuff going on here on the farm. On top of that, it's a really nice, just like very pleasant scenery all the way around. Everywhere you're looking, it's got something very beautiful to look at. And even though you don't necessarily have good clear line of sight in like too far in any given direction, because you're oftentimes in these foresty areas. If you're not in the foresty areas, you're into the areas where there's a lot of housing, or in the town area. Like there's just a lot of stuff that's going on this map. Oh, hey, that's definitely something that's going to need to be fixed. And you can't even bump into it and knock it down. So hey, we found something. So yeah, there's going to need to be some updates. There's going to need to be some tweaks. But that's fine. It's not anything that's like too dramatic, too horrible of a update that's going to prevent from being able to just come on and enjoy it. And it's one of those that even if the potential is out there for, you know, us knowing that there's definitely going to be an update, or at least should be an update, even with the potential risk of there being a new save game, I would absolutely start a series on this. If I didn't have my series already picked out and was already working on them, I would very, very likely pick this one, because I love it. I absolutely love it. The small and medium-sized equipment that you're going to use on a lot of these fields are going to make you really come up with a lot of decisions on how to proceed, because you're going to have some real struggles with some of these small equipment trying to do the work that is necessary. This field right here to my right, it's just a field, or it's not even a field, it's just a grass plot. You can purchase it, so you can get up on this hill and harvest all this grass. But trying to do that with small equipment is going to be a struggle, a real struggle. But it's going to make it interesting. It's going to make it fun. So that's, like I said, 5 out of 5. I absolutely love this map. The map maker did a fantastic job in my opinion. The details are all there. The color palette toned down. The terrain, amazing. Like, I cannot speak more highly of this map. I'm absolutely shocked. I wasn't expecting this when I first saw this map from the Mod Hub, and I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. Very happy about this one. But that's pretty much how I feel about it. I hope that you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing the shows you make for this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.